three systems of intonational choices, which are called, you can see them on your handout, tonality, tonicity, and tone. Very silly names because they all begin with ton. And they're very easy to get them mixed up, okay? But that's what they're called. Let me tell you very briefly what they are. I'm not going to go into great detail because tomorrow's lecture is about tonality in general. The lecture on Wednesday is about tonicity in general, and then after that we will talk about tone. What do I mean by tonality? Well, let's go back to our original sentence, why should I want you to pay for it? I can say it like this: why should I want you to pay for it? With one nucleus on pay. Okay? Or I could say it like this: why should I want you to pay for it? With two nuclei, one on want and one on pay. Now if I do that, if I put two nuclei in the sentence, then what I've done is to split the sentence up into two intonation patterns. Okay? The first one was, why should I want you? And the second one was to pay for it. That sort of difference, the difference of number of intonation patterns attached to a particular bit of speech, is the choice tonality. I've given you two possible tonalities for that. Why should I want you to pay for it? And why should I want you to pay for it? One was one intonation pattern, the second was two intonation patterns. I could, in certain circumstances, make the tonality even more complicated and can say, why should I want you to pay for it? Well, I've got three complete intonation patterns, each with its own nucleus. So that's tonality. Tonicity essentially is where in the intonation patterns that you've chosen do you put the accent. Once I've decided within each intonation pattern where I'm going to put the accented syllables, I still have a choice as to how I'm going to make those syllables accented. What I'm going to do with pitch, whether I'm going to go up or down, whether I'm going to make it rise or fall or something more complicated to make those syllables accented, that is the choice that we'll call tone. All right, let me give you a very simple example again with this sentence. Why should I want you to pay for it? Da, da, da. When high, low, low. Yes? Or, why should I want you to pay for it? Low, high, high. Pay was still accented, but I made it accented in a different way. I changed the tone. I can get more complicated than that if you want. For example, I could say, why should I want you to pay for it? Pay for... And then I came up again at the end, so I went down and then up. Or upside, the other way up, why should I want you to pay for it? Pay for it. Okay? I went up and then down. Each time I said it, pay was the nucleus, pay was accented, but I accented it by doing something different with the pitch in each version. So that's the third choice that we've got. Now, essentially, if we can explain why a speaker chooses a particular tonality, why a speaker chooses a particular tonicity, and why the speaker chooses a particular sort of tone, then we've explained what the intonation of that utterance is doing. Because those are the choices which are open to the speaker. Now finally, if you have a look at your handout, in order to mark intonation more economically, we need another way, really. And the way that we will use in this course is a system of what are called tonetic stress marks. And you can see those here in the same sentence. Let me explain very briefly what these mean. The vertical lines between remember and where and I mean the end of an intonation pattern. That's the end of the intonation pattern, a new one is beginning. The large vertical mark here before don't, for example, means this is an accented syllable, don't is an accented syllable, and it's high and level in pitch. And all unaccented syllables after it are also high and level in pitch. As you can see in the interlinear graph here, don't is high in pitch, and the syllable after it here is not accented, so that is also high and level in pitch. This little mark down here means that the syllable so marked is low in pitch, and from there to the end of the intonation pattern we go up and up and up and up and up, we rise. In fact, there's only one syllable to do it in my example, but if there were more, then we would continue rising. This little mark in front of where here means that the following syllable is high, then we go down, and then we come up again at the end of the intonation pattern. Don't worry about all this, because you'll be hearing about all this in much more detail later on. And this mark in front of the syllable put here means that the syllable itself starts high in pitch and then falls, and everything after it is low.